The moment three absolute monsters stepped into the ring at WrestleMania 36, the entire wrestling world held its breath because nobody had ever seen anything quite like this before, and what happened next became one of the most talked about matches in recent WWE history that fans are still discussing years later. Hit that subscribe button right now because you need to see how this incredible story unfolded from start to finish. WrestleMania 36 was already different from every other WrestleMania before it because the event took place at the WWE Performance Center with no fans in attendance due to the global situation at the time. The atmosphere was strange with wrestlers performing in an empty arena, but that didn't stop WWE from putting together some of the most intense matches the company had seen in years. The card was stacked with championship matches and dream bouts, but nothing compared to the anticipation surrounding the triple threat match that would feature Drew McIntyre facing off against Brock Lesnar and Big Show in what promised to be an absolute war between three giants. Drew McIntyre walked into WrestleMania 36 as the Royal Rumble winner after eliminating Brock Lesnar to secure his spot in the main event. The Scottish Warrior had spent years rebuilding his career after being released from WWE and working his way back up through the independent circuit in NXT. Now he stood on the biggest stage of them all with a chance to prove that he belonged at the top of the industry. McIntyre was focused and determined, knowing that this was his moment to capture the WWE Championship and cement his legacy as one of the greatest wrestlers of his generation. Brock Lesnar came into this match as the reigning WWE Champion, having held the title for what felt like forever with his advocate Paul Heyman by his side. The Beast Incarnate had dominated everyone put in front of him, destroying opponents with his devastating combination of amateur wrestling skills and raw power. Lesnar didn't care about the empty arena or the strange circumstances surrounding this WrestleMania because all he cared about was keeping his championship and proving once again that nobody could take the title away from him. His confidence bordered on arrogance as he prepared for what he assumed would be just another successful title defense. Big Show entered this match as the wild card that nobody saw coming because WWE had added him to the bout just weeks before WrestleMania, creating a triple threat situation that raised the stakes even higher. The Giant had been with WWE for over 2 decades and had accomplished nearly everything there was to accomplish in professional wrestling. At 7 feet tall and weighing well over 400 pounds, Big Show brought a physical presence that neither McIntyre nor Lesnar could match in terms of sheer size. His experience in big match situations made him a dangerous opponent who couldn't be overlooked despite what some people thought about his chances. The build to this match had been intense, with all three men crossing paths on multiple occasions leading up to WrestleMania. Drew McIntyre had eliminated Lesnar from the Royal Rumble with a massive Claymore kick that sent the Beast over the top rope, earning his championship opportunity. Big Show had inserted himself into the title picture by attacking both men during separate segments on Raw, making it clear that he wanted one more run with the WWE Championship before his career came to an end. The tension between the three competitors was thick, and everyone knew that WrestleMania 36 would be the site of an epic collision. When the match finally began, the bell rang and all three men stood in their corners, sizing each other up and calculating their first move. Drew McIntyre and Big Show both knew that Brock Lesnar was the biggest threat in the match, so they made the strategic decision to work together temporarily to take the champion down. They rushed Lesnar, at the same time hitting him with punches and clubbing blows that backed him into the corner. Lesnar tried to fight back, but the combined assault from two massive men was too much even for the Beast Incarnate. McIntyre and Big Show pulled Lesnar out of the corner and whipped him into the ropes before delivering a double clothesline that sent the champion crashing to the mat. The temporary alliance continued as they stomped on Lesnar, keeping him grounded and preventing him from mounting any offense. Big Show picked up Lesnar and held him in place while McIntyre backed up and charged forward with a big boot that connected right on Lesnar's jaw. The champion rolled out of the ring to regroup while McIntyre and Big Show stood tall inside the squared circle. The alliance between McIntyre and Big Show lasted exactly as long as it took to get Lesnar out of the ring, because once the champion was gone they immediately turned on each other. McIntyre threw a punch at Big Show, who blocked it and responded with a massive headbutt that sent the Scottish Warrior stumbling backward. Big Show grabbed McIntyre by the throat, going for an early chokeslam, but McIntyre kicked him in the gut, breaking free from the Giant's grip. The two exchanged strikes in the center of the ring, with neither man backing down as they tested each other's power and resilience. Brock Lesnar recovered on the outside and slid back into the ring, catching both men off guard. He grabbed McIntyre from behind and delivered a German suplex that sent the challenger flying across the ring. Before Big Show could react, Lesnar turned his attention to the Giant and attempted to lift him for a suplex as well. Big Show was too heavy and managed to block the attempt, countering with a DDT that planted Lesnar face first into the canvas. The match had turned into absolute chaos, with all three men trying to gain control and assert their dominance. Big Show signaled for the chokeslam and grabbed both McIntyre and Lesnar by their throats, at the same time attempting to hit a double chokeslam that would have been incredible to witness. He lifted both men off the ground, but they kicked their legs, breaking free before Big Show could slam them down. McIntyre and Lesnar both hit Big Show with synchronized super kicks that dropped the Giant to one knee. They then worked together again, hitting a double suplex on Big Show that shook the entire ring when his massive body crashed into the mat. Lesnar immediately turned on McIntyre, hitting him with a belly-to-belly suplex that sent the challenger into the corner. The Beast was back in control and he stalked McIntyre like a predator waiting for the right moment to strike. He pulled McIntyre up and delivered another German suplex followed by another and then another until he had hit 5 consecutive German suplexes that left McIntyre dazed and struggling to stand. Lesnar laughed at the destruction he was causing, showing no mercy to either of his opponents. Big Show got back to his feet and grabbed Lesnar from behind, stopping the assault on McIntyre. He lifted Lesnar onto his shoulders in position for a slam, but Lesnar slipped out and landed behind Big Show. In one fluid motion, Lesnar locked his arms around the Giant's waist and delivered a massive German suplex that somehow sent all 7 feet and 400+ pounds of Big Show flying through the air. The crowd would have lost their minds if there had been fans in attendance, because what Lesnar just did seemed physically impossible. McIntyre recovered in the corner and saw his opportunity as both Lesnar and Big Show were down on the mat. He climbed to the top rope, taking a risk that could either pay off huge or backfire completely. McIntyre launched himself off the top rope with a diving clothesline that caught Lesnar right as the champion was getting back to his feet. The impact sent both men crashing to the mat, with McIntyre landing on top of Lesnar for a pin attempt. The referee slid into position and counted 1-2, but Lesnar powered out with authority before the 3 count. Big Show grabbed McIntyre and pulled him off of Lesnar before delivering a thunderous chop to the chest that echoed through the empty performance center. The sound of hand meeting flesh was brutal and left a huge red mark across McIntyre's chest. Big Show hit another chop and then another until McIntyre's chest was completely red and welted. The Giant then picked up McIntyre and threw him over the top rope, sending the challenger crashing to the floor outside the ring. Lesnar got back to his feet and he and Big Show started exchanging punches in the middle of the ring, with each man landing heavy shots that would have knocked out a normal person. Big Show got the better of the exchange and grabbed Lesnar by the throat, once again setting up for the chokeslam that had put away so many opponents over his career. He lifted Lesnar high into the air and slammed him down with tremendous force, driving the champion into the mat. Big Show covered Lesnar for the pin and the referee counted 1-2, but Lesnar somehow kicked out just before the 3 count. McIntyre slid back into the ring and caught Big Show with a Claymore kick out of nowhere that sent the Giant stumbling backward. Big Show teetered on his feet looking like a tree that was about to fall, and McIntyre charged forward, hitting another Claymore kick that finally took the Giant down. McIntyre went for the cover, hooking Big Show's leg as the referee counted 1-2, but Lesnar broke up the pin by pulling McIntyre off at the last possible second. Lesnar grabbed McIntyre and positioned him for an F5, looking to put away the challenger once and for all. He lifted McIntyre onto his shoulders and spun around for the finishing move, but McIntyre slipped off, landing on his feet behind Lesnar. McIntyre immediately hit the ropes and came back with another Claymore kick that connected flush on Lesnar's jaw, dropping the champion to the mat. The entire building seemed to shake from the impact of the kick, and McIntyre quickly covered Lesnar for what he hoped would be the winning pin. The referee dropped down and counted 1-2, and then Big Show tried to break up the pin, but he was a split second too late as the referee's hand hit the mat for the 3 count. Drew McIntyre had done it, defeating both Brock Lesnar and Big Show to become the new WWE Champion at WrestleMania 36. The Scottish Warrior rolled out of the ring clutching the championship belt as the reality of what just happened began to sink in. He had accomplished his dream and reached the top of the mountain in WWE. Lesnar sat up in the ring looking shocked that his reign as champion had finally come to an end. Paul Heyman tried to console his client, but Lesnar was furious about losing the title, especially in a triple threat match where he wasn't even pinned cleanly due to Big Show's interference attempt. Big Show remained down in the ring, having taken 2 Claymore kicks that left him unable to break up the final pin in time. The Giant had come close to winning the WWE Championship one more time but fell just short of capturing the gold. McIntyre celebrated on the entrance ramp, holding the WWE Championship high above his head even though there were no fans there to cheer for him. The empty arena celebration felt strange, but it didn't diminish what he had just accomplished by defeating 2 of the most dominant forces in WWE history. His journey from being fired to working the independent circuit to winning the Royal Rumble and now capturing the WWE Championship at WrestleMania was complete. Drew McIntyre had proven all the doubters wrong and established himself as the top star in WWE. The aftermath of this match saw Brock Lesnar take a leave of absence from WWE, with Paul Heyman eventually turning his back on the Beast and aligning himself with a different client. Big Show continued to make occasional appearances, but his full-time wrestling days were clearly behind him after this match. McIntyre went on to have a lengthy championship reign, defending the title against numerous challengers and cementing his status as one of the top champions in company history. The triple threat match at WrestleMania 36 between Drew McIntyre, Brock Lesnar and Big Show will always be remembered as one of the most physical and hard-hitting matches ever seen at the Showcase of the Immortals. 3 giants collided in the ring and only one man walked out with the championship. If you want to see more incredible wrestling content and never miss another breakdown of historic matches, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you can stay connected with everything happening in the world of professional wrestling.